Hello everyone, in this video I will show you some best city building games for Android in 2020, but before we start this video make sure you subscribe to your channel Games Down and hit the bell icon for more gaming videos. So without any further ado, let's start this video. First up we have City Buildit. Well, City Buildit from Mania is one of the best city building game that everyone would love to play on their Android smartphone. The great thing about City Buildit is that it allows users to build a city from the very start. The levels get more complex as you progress. So, City Buildit is definitely the best city building game that you can play today. Next up we have Fallout Shelter. Fallout Shelter is another interesting city building game that you can play on your Android smartphone. The great thing about Fallout Shelter is that it requires you to build a city, but with a twist. In this game, instead of building a city, you are asked to build an underground shelter. So, the game is quite interesting and it's based on the Fallout series on computer and consoles. Next up we have Village City Island Sim. Village City Island Sim is definitely one of the best and most adventurous city building games that you can ever play on your Android smartphone. Just like all other city building games, on Village City Island Sim you need to build your own houses and expand your community. As you build a great city, you will easily attract citizens from other communities which will help you to build the city further. Next up we have City Island 3. Well, City Island 3 is one of the new Android city building games that you can play today. In the game, the player needs to build cities on a different island. As you progress, more islands unlock. So, the ultimate goal of the game is to transform the islands into the city. Next up we have Megapolis. Megapolis is probably one of the most popular Android city building game available on the Google Play Store. The game is heavily loved by Android users and it features strategic gameplay. From graphics quality to audio, everything in the game is just amazing. In this game, you need to build and expand your city. You need to build railroads, airports, and almost everything that a smart city has. So, it's another free city building game for Android that you can consider. Next up we have 2020, My Country. As the name of the game says, in 2020 My Country you need to build a city for the future time. Well, the gameplay of 2020 My Country is almost similar to all other listed above, but 2020 My Country comes with few twists. In this game, you need to build a city that can handle natural disasters like earthquakes, tornadoes, etc. Next up we have the Battle of Polytopia. Well, if you are looking for a strategy-based city building game for Android, then you need to pick the Battle of Polytopia. Basically, the Battle of Polytopia is a turn-based city building game and it forces the player to explore new worlds. Graphics of the game are very minimal but acceptable and the gameplay is quite addictive. Next up we have Township. Township is another popular title in the list which is loved by millions of users. Township is a top-rated game on the Google Play Store. In this game, you need to build your own town and acquire other towns. In this game, you need to build airports, train stations, farms, etc. Number 9 we have City Mania Town Building Game. Well, if you are looking for the best Android city building game which comes with HD graphics, then City Mania Town Building Game might be the perfect choice for you. City Mania Town Building Game is by far the best HD city building game that you can play. The graphics of the game are amazing and so does the gameplay. Just like all other games, on City Mania Town Building Game, you need to build your own city and expand it by building airports, education systems, train stations, etc. Next up we have Pocket Build. If you are looking for a retro-type city building game, then you will love Pocket Build for sure. The game will take you way back to the 1960s where you won't find any modern home, smart techs, etc. The only things that you will find in the game are castles, bridges, barrels, towers, trees, rocks, etc. Next up we have Suburbia City Building Game. Well, Suburbia City Building Game is a combination of both board and city building game. It might sound weird because both of them are quite different from each other, but believe me, Suburbia City Building Game is full of fun. It's basically a board game, where you need to take decisions like building places, maintaining the population, managing resources, etc. Next up we have Town. If you are searching for a city building game that provides users enough control to set up a city from the very beginning, then Town might be the best game to play. In this game, you can categorize areas into a residential and commercial zone and have to plan different strategies for each section. For example, you need to make sure the water and electric supply are 24/7 on commercial zones, etc. Number 13 we have Pocket City. In Pocket City, you need to build your own city as mayor. This is a modern city game where you need to create a residential, commercial, and industrial zone. The gaming graphics are really good and it's addictive as well. There are lots of quests to complete. As you progress, you will be unlocking new and advanced buildings. Next up we have Designer City. Designer City is one of the best and strategy-driven city building game that every gamer would love to play. In this game, you need to attract residents to your island by building city resources and houses. Not just that, but you also need to build commercial and industrial buildings to provide jobs to the residents. The last game of this video is Town City. Well, if you love to play casual city building and tycoon games on your Android smartphone, then you need to play Town City right now. Just like every other city building game, in Town City, you need to start with a small village, grow to a town, and expand the borders. Similarly, you need to build homes to attract citizens to earn money. So, Town City is another best city building game that you can play on your Android smartphone right now. So that's it guys, thanks for watching this video. Subscribe to your channel Games Down and press the bell icon for more gaming videos.